the perfect place. Keto with Sammy. Keto with Sammy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Keto with Sammy. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm so ready to start this week and get back on track with my videos. If you didn't keep up with me over this past weekend, I have just been feeling a little bit under the weather with my sinuses. I've been congested and all kinds of crazy things with this weather. So I wanted to go ahead and start this week off with an awesome, delicious, warm recipe. I have been craving some delicious soup, so I thought I'd show y'all this easy, delicious recipe. For today's video, we are going to be making this keto chicken cabbage taco soup. We are going to be making it in the Instant Pot, but you can also do it over your stovetop as well. Your whole family is going to love this recipe, and it's so simple to make. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, let's go ahead and start cooking up our delicious soup. So right here I have my Instant Pot. You could totally do this over the stove. It's just gonna take a little bit more time. So I went ahead and pushed my saute button, and what's that gonna do? It's going to warm it up and it's going to act like our stovetop. To our Instant Pot, we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of some olive oil, and we're gonna let this heat through. Once it gets nice and hot, right here we have some chopped up vegetables. I have 1 medium onion diced, 1 red bell pepper diced, and 2 stalks of celery diced. And you are also going to want some minced garlic. We're gonna go ahead and start adding in our vegetables. We're gonna get them nice and tender. Our onion, our red bell pepper, celery. I'm gonna let these saute for a little bit, and just here in a minute, we're gonna go ahead and add in our garlic. We're gonna go ahead and get these nice and tender. It's gonna take about 5 minutes. After a few minutes of your veggies getting nice and tender, we're gonna go ahead and add in a tablespoon of some minced garlic. Mix this in there. Okay, with the Instant Pot still on saute mode, we're gonna add in 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. You also want to add in 1 can of rotel. It's just diced tomatoes with green chilies with the juice. We're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. You do want to kind of make sure your cream cheese is softened just so it's easier to mix in to your vegetables. Now we got to add in our meat. So right here I have 3 large chicken breasts that we're going to go ahead and add into our vegetables. You can also use boneless chicken thighs if you prefer that, or you can shred a rotisserie chicken just to make it that much more easier. Go ahead, add in all 3 chicken breasts. Now with your Instant Pot, you always need some kind of liquid. So we are going in with 2 cups of just some regular chicken broth. We're gonna add it right on top. And now we're going to season. We're just gonna go in with some salt to taste, and you can adjust it at the end. I'm gonna add in a tablespoon of some ground comino. This right here is optional. I'm gonna go in with some chipotle chili powder. You can also just use regular chili powder as well. Just gonna add a little kick, and I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon. Some black pepper. And we're also gonna go in with some taco seasoning. You can add in 1 packet if you'd like. We're going to go ahead and make sure the saute is canceled, and we are going to start pressure cooking this to make sure our chicken gets nice and cooked. We're going to go ahead and close the lid. You want to make sure your sealing is closed if you do have one. And since we're going to cook our chicken, I'm going to go ahead and click poultry, and it's going to take 15 minutes to cook, and it's just going to come to pressure, and we're going to wait. All right, guys, after your chicken is done cooking through, we're going to go ahead and push the cancel button. This is going to turn it off, and we are going to carefully release your pressure. If you want to let it naturally release, you can do that as well, but I'm going to go ahead and quick release it. Once your pressure has released, everything should be mixed through. Your cream cheese should be nice and melted. Our chicken is cooked through. Now what we want to do is we want to shred up our chicken breast. So we're going to go ahead and take these out and add it to a bowl. Got one more in here. Okay, it's gonna be nice and hot, so I'm gonna let this cool off, and we're gonna shred it here in a bit. We're gonna go ahead and start adding in our cabbage. So this right here is just one medium head of cabbage. I went ahead and diced it. You could do it in strips, but I like to just do it in smaller pieces. And we're gonna start adding this in very carefully to our broth. It looks like a lot, but once we cook it down, it's gonna shrivel up. It's gonna shrivel up. Okay, now we have to cook our cabbage through. This isn't going to take long at all. We're gonna go ahead and close our pressure cooker again. If you're doing it over the stove, you're just gonna wanna bring it to a boil, let it get nice and tender. We're gonna close this, and all we're gonna do is pressure cook it for 5 minutes. Will not take long. It's gonna be very quick and easy. While this is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and move on and start shredding our chicken up, and then we're gonna add it in at the end. I like to take my hand mixer, it just makes it that much more easier. You could take 2 forks and go ahead and shred that up. Alright, once we have our chicken shredded, we're just going to wait for our cabbage to get nice and tender. After your cabbage cooking for 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and push the cancel button, and we're going to release the pressure one more time. Okay, our cabbage is nice and tender. It smells delicious. It should look something like this. Now all there's left to do is add back in our shredded chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in. I'm trying not to knock down the lid over here. We're just gonna give this a good mix. Now, if you need to add any more salt to taste, you can go ahead and taste your broth and see if you wanna adjust your seasonings. We're gonna add in some chopped cilantro. This is optional, but I definitely recommend it. It gives it great flavor. Once we mix this all in, all there's left to do is serve us up a bowl, and we're gonna go ahead and top it. Ooh, it smells amazing. I am so ready for this. Y'all are gonna wanna eat this all winter long, I promise. All right, guys, let's go ahead and serve up this delicious soup while it's warm. It's a nice cold day outside, so I'm ready for this. We're gonna serve ourselves a good sized bowl, and then we're gonna finish topping it with some delicious toppings. I'm getting me a big bowl. I don't know about y'all. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, of course, we need some cheese on this soup. You can go in with any kind of cheese that you like. Sharp cheddar, regular cheddar, some mozzarella. But I personally am going to go in with this Mexican blend cheese since it's kind of like a taco soup. And we're just going to add a good amount on top. And this gives it some white cheese and yellow cheese. I get this cheese from H-E-B, but there's all kinds of brands. And then I like to just put some lemon wedges on the side. It adds that nice citrus to the soup, and it's so good. All right, guys, and here is our keto chicken cabbage taco soup. All right, guys, I am ready to taste test this soup. We're gonna squeeze some lemon on here and make sure to get all that delicious lemon juice in the soup. And let's dig right in. Get the cheese, the cabbage, the chicken. Mmm. You guys, this soup is fantastic. It has a taco flavor with the citrus of the lemon, the chicken, the rotel. Everything is absolutely delicious. Y'all definitely want to make this over the winter holiday. Alright guys, that was today's recipe video on our keto chicken cabbage taco soup. I really hope you enjoy this recipe with you and your family. And don't forget, if you do happen to make this recipe, head on over to my Facebook page, Keto with Sammy, and post some pictures there. I would absolutely love to see y'all make them. It will be linked in the description below as well. If you enjoyed this recipe video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel for more awesome keto recipes, and I will see you on the next one.